is mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Complete to Bryant. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Yellow, yellow. Hey, you got to get moving, man. Man, moving. You got to get that.
begins to throw on 3rd and 1. Gets this one to Hill. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a first down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the first down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the first down.
That's taken on the 25. They can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage if you do.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. He can't get him down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Now we have Kelsey. Slow to get back to his feet. Appears to be shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Kill. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mahomes going to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
can't believe they even let you play. Kill. 61. Matchbox. Light.
On second down now, Dobbins, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, they'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Check three. Race don't travel. Go. Watch the twist.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep. Motion.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Check 24.
On second down, Dobbins. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On third down, Dobbins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it. This is Muhammad, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that out of this game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And to give this time to the tailback. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, watch it. Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. Check.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Hey, 43. Finish the game. Finish the game.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
I don't need to. I don't need to. I'm the Louie.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Football's the Mike. Mike's football.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. They'll roll him out right. They're going deep for Hill. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check 31. Check 31. 44 is the Mike.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Quentin Williams drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Taken in at the 22. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now here's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up third down and 2.
14's the mic. 14.
All day, dog.
Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. He goes 95 yards to the house on the kick return. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And to give this time to the tailback. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
A 3-yard loss on the play.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Strip that ball. Football's the mic.
Yellow. On
44.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got it at the 15. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Go, go, go.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, 43, 43, 15.
44's mic. Check exit. Watch the run. Hey, they're running it. Over. Roy.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Let's go one more.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Jets will extend their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They go play fake. Mahomes. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sam Hubbard able to finally wrestle him down for what's just going to be a huge loss, and it takes us to 4th down as well. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Well, now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll drop to throw. Fighting through pressure. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Jets on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. To throw, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try. And he'll find his way in for two. And we're back to a two-score game. The lead's cut to 16. So down a couple scores, only one timeout left. You figure they have to get this one.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it works free. And he's got this down to the 35. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Meanwhile here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, and now some space to operate. 20! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 14-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Flushed out right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll set up to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets will extend their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capability. They could very well be the best. In the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a...
So for the Jets, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.